Welcome back to Restore Thrive, guys. Dr. J here and Yvonne, and we are going to go over basic bridging today, which is not the most exciting exercise. However, this is a really important exercise to activate your glutes. We talk about this with all of our clients, lots of our clients, most of our clients. So we're going to review it because I see a lot of compensations with this. And while this is basic, it's important to master this and do it right so you activate the right muscles. So Yvonne, if you could lay down for me, please. You're going to start on your back with your knees bent. Now, first things first, when we do this, the muscle group that we are targeting is your behind, your glutes. So that is where you should primarily feel this when you do this. If you feel this somewhere else, you're not doing it right. So definitely let us know. And if you're seeing us in person, let your provider know when you see them. First things first though, our knee angle matters. So if Yvonne kicks her legs out more and starts with less of a knee bent angle, she's going to use more of her hamstrings. Everyone is a little bit different. So when you guys lay down and do this at home, you want to make sure that you are playing with how bent your knees are so that when you do this, you are feeling this in your behind. So bend your knees a little bit more, Yvonne. Usually we find if you're at about a 45-degree angle there, maybe a little bit less, you're not going to activate those hamstrings as much. Second thing is, before she goes to lift, a lot of what I see my clients doing is they tilt their pelvis backwards first, and then they lift to do the bridge. That's using our back first. That is not what we want. We are trying to isolate hip motion here, and your back should be nice and stable. So we don't want to see that posterior pelvic tilt before you lift or when you lift. So that's thing number two. And when she lifts, I want her to think about pushing the front of her hips up and forward, which is going to kind of come up at a 45-degree angle. And she did great. You can see that she kept her back nice and stable. I did not see any of that tilt that I don't want to see. Yvonne, where do you feel this?
My glutes.
In your glutes. Awesome. So the other thing I will see with this is people will either use their back or they come up and they start to cramp in their hamstrings in the back of their thigh. So if that is the case, you are not using your behind, you are using your hamstrings, and your hamstring is trying to cheat to take over because that glute is not as active as it should be. So that's where we play with that foot angle. Bend your knees more, bend your knees a little bit less, kind of see what you're doing there. You can even do a little isometric, so she can tighten her behind first, use her brain a little bit, going, hey, this is the muscle group we should use. And that helps people activate their glutes a little bit better as well. So the other thing that we will see is people will fly through this exercise and just woo! That is not what we want either. This should be very deliberate, very slow and controlled. When she lifts, she's gonna hold 3 to 5 seconds at the top, build some endurance in those glutes, and she's gonna lower with control. We usually recommend 3 sets of 10. This is a great warm-up before you go to do sport. Again, very basic, but just nice to activate those hips. She's also gonna get a nice little stretch through the front of her quads too, which we see a lot of tight people there as well. So you activate those glutes, you stretch out the front, all good things. So give this one a try the correct way at home, guys. Let us know what you think. If you have comments, leave them below or reach out to us at restorethrive.com.